Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Full and Satisfied, Reversing My Diabetes Through Evidence Not Seen. So today I have a question for you. Are you a TOFI? TOFI. And that's an acronym for thin outside, fat inside. And there are a lot of people who are TOFIs and may not even know it. That just simply means that it's a person who's relatively thin on the outside, but on the inside, they have adipose tissue surrounding their internal organs, which puts them at risk of being insulin resistant. And once you become insulin resistant, you know that leads to type 2 diabetes. So adipose tissue is nothing but fatty tissue. So you have fatty tissue surrounding your liver, surrounding your kidneys, surrounding your heart, surrounding your pancreas, surrounding your abdominal muscles. Okay? And that puts you at risk of bad health. But on the outside, you look fine because you're thin. And you know, we live in a world where we judge people by their outward appearance. So if you're thin, then everyone thinks you got it together because you're thin. And if you're fat and obese or big, then people think, oh, you got a medical issue. But that may not be the case for everyone. There are some people who are fat, who are heavyset, who are very healthy though. And then there are others, like these TOFIs, who are thin, outwardly thin, but on the inside, they are sick. So how do you know about a person? We don't really know. We can't always judge a book by its cover. You can't tell how good a car is running unless you lift up the hood. So these people who are thin on the outside but fat on the inside might not know that they have a problem. But here are some ways to tell that you may have a problem or will be experiencing problems in the future. Okay, think about it. 1 plus 1 always equals 2, right? So if you are thin on the outside and healthy and thin on the inside, that means you're doing everything that you're supposed to do to stay that way. You're eating healthy. You have a very active lifestyle. You're involved in some type of activity, right? Sports or walking or jogging or biking or running. You're getting good rest. You make very good food choices. You have portion control. You get good sleep. And you do everything that you can to keep your body healthy and fit. But a person who is thin on the outside, but fat on the inside, you can see their habits. They're consuming and ingesting all of the things that they should not. They're eating just like the person who is sick and obese and may have sugar diabetes. They're eating all of the junk food, all of the added sugary foods. They're drinking soda. They're eating cakes and pies and cookies and hoagies and cheesesteaks and hamburgers and hot dogs. And they're not eating good food. They're not making good choices. And they live a sedentary lifestyle. Many of them are couch potatoes or always on their cell phones, never ever walking anywhere. They might drive everywhere they have to go or get a ride, but they're not walking anywhere. They're staying up late. They're not taking care of themselves. But you envy them because on the outside they look nice in their clothes and they look beautiful and you want to be like them because they're thin. But on the inside they're dying because their body is not getting the nutrients that they need, and the fatty tissues are overwhelming the cells and organs, and after a while they're going to have all of these risk factors, which leads to disease, chronic disease. Okay, so if you think you are a TOFI, the best thing that you can do is not diagnose yourself. Go to your doctor and have a discussion. Run some tests. See what your A1C is like. We talked about the A1C, right? See what your cholesterol level's like, right? And they can do all kinds of scans and tests to determine what's going on with your liver and your kidneys and look at your numbers. And of course, They'll give you a strategy to reverse your numbers. You'll talk about making better choices as far as your food intake is concerned, planning your meals, and getting active and involved in some type of activity that will keep you healthy and drinking more water. So you don't want to be a TOFI. You don't want to just look thin on the outside. And a lot of times, there are people who are TOFIs who may be thin, but if you look at them, their stomach protrudes a little bit. Or they have love handles on the side. They may have a little pot belly, but they're thin. You say, oh, you're so thin. What you doing with that little stomach? That may be a telltale sign as well. So we're not walking around looking at people and saying, oh, that's a TOFI, that's a TOFI. No, we're not judging because that's not our position. But I just want you to be aware that even though you're thin on the outside and you're not doing anything healthy and not eating healthy and living healthy and making good choices, you could be at danger or at risk of becoming a diabetic as well. So get checked out, all right? Because in the end, as I always say, God wants us well. He loves us all, okay? So have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.